Hello, dear prospective customers of tutoring software. My name is Alexander, and I'm the CEO of a small internet tutoring company called the Russian Math Tutors. We are online only. We don't have any brick and mortar schools, and we're actually kind of like a hybrid between a school and a marketplace tutoring website. The company was started back in January of 2020 in the initial days of the COVID-19 epidemic. We started with another software from UK called the Tutor Cruncher. I guess it's quite popular platform over there, and a lot of the startups are using it now. It did its job, but soon we realized that there was too much administrative overhead, especially the process of acquiring new tutors and new customers required a lot of administration from myself and my helpers. And so everything had to be done by hand. And towards the beginning of 2021, we realized that we wanted to migrate to a more of a marketplace solution, kind of like what you see in Preply or Wisent. The advantage of tutoring marketplace is that the client is given a bigger choice of tutors, and it's more transparent, and also reduces, of course, administration overhead because it brings the tutor and the client closer together, bypassing the administrator. By the way, I am a computer programmer by trade and consider myself quite decent with coding. So I wanted a platform where I could have made my own source code and my own changes, adding features, and I wanted to differentiate my Russian Math Tutors platform from the competition. I wanted to have my own domain and present a unified user interface where my students could find teachers, book both one-on-one and group lessons, and have the teachers conduct those lessons using the same platform. So everything kind of like a one-stop marketplace. Group classes is one of the major important features for me. Because I have a lot of Math Olympiad students who like to learn in a small group environment because they want to have the feel of the competition, as well as discussion groups and something they call the math circles. So early in the spring of 2021, I set out to find an alternative to Tutor Cruncher. I found two websites that listed all major solutions. There's a website called the G2 and another one I forgot now. But during the next 6 months, I must have tried most, if not all, the different platforms recommended on those websites. So I contacted all of those products, and I asked for free trial periods. So after 3 months of careful research, I finally stopped at one solution, which I'm not going to name here. They had a very generous 2 months trial period, which they extended another month, and I could request for small changes to be made as well. I was quite impressed with them. This software was rich in features and could be extended to have all the features which I needed. However, after the end of the trial period, I started to have second thoughts about it because I would still be renting it. At the end of the day, it was still rental. And all the features that I wanted, which, by the way, was still not sufficient for what I wanted, I'd still be paying about $600 a month. And that's like every month, right? Plus, the user interface was very confusing and broken up into many unnecessary screens and unintuitive menu items. So it was, I've spent a lot of time and couldn't really find anything that was, ideal for me. And it was about that time that I decided to revisit the product called YoCoach from the company called FATbit Technologies. I had known about the company because I had several conversations with them about 6 months prior to that. But at that time, I didn't think it was a product that was a good match, since most of my features like bulk lesson purchases and group lessons were missing in the platform. I spoke to Jaspreet, the representative there, and this time he reassured me that if there were missing features, they could be easily added later, because the code was well written using the proprietary API, and also a very clean MVC, which is Model View Controller architecture. This is something that I'm also familiar with. Being a software engineer myself, I could appreciate this architecture, and so I decided to try it out. Needless to say, they have a very good demo of the product where prospective clients can try out administrator, teacher, and learner screens and see how the various user interfaces interact. The biggest selling feature of YoCoach was that I could have the source code and install the product on my own VM in the cloud. They had very good technical support. Basically, they had the whole platform installed for me within just a couple of days, and I was up and running. I bought their base package, which is quite competitive in the price, I would say. But it's something that requires, I guess you could use it, you could use the base package if you wanted to, but I would highly recommend doing the customization and making it more unique for your own company. Either you do it yourself, or you can hire them, or any third-party software developer. It took me about 3 months after I had originally purchased it, where I thought it was ready to be used by my own business. But once I had it, it was a real product. Up to today for me, well, first of all, I got all the joy out of, having to develop it myself. And even if I didn't develop it myself, at least it was developed according to my own specification. It wasn't some rental software that, they decided what features are required. In this case, I'm the one who drove the development cycle. I was the product manager, so to speak. I would say I could use this software for at least another 5 to 10 years. And the one good thing about starting with the base software like FATbit is if I had to start from scratch, it would probably cost me upward of $100,000 to $200,000 to develop something myself. And at the end, I feel that the product that I got is just as good. One other good feature they have is the use of SCSS files, which can be easily modified and customized to your own look and feel. And SCSS is, for those of you who don't know what SCSS is, it's a language that allows you to focus your changes in a few files only. And then you run this compiler, which just makes it a common look and feel. So you don't have to go to each screen and make the changes there. You just put the changes in one file, and then you just distribute it. And the other good thing is that it comes with the mobile version and also the iPad. So you don't have a separate, you don't need a separate like an Android app or iOS app, because you can use usable by smaller form factor devices. I also hired the best UI UX designer I could find, because look and feel is very important. And she used this software that generated the CSS up to my spec. So now I have a unique product which no other company has, and I'm very happy about that. Of course, it's software, so there are always issues. There are always gotchas, but nothing that can be rectified. And FATbit is very good at the technical support. So now I've been running the YoCoach for almost a year now. I'm quite happy with it, and of course, I would say overall it exceeded my expectation. So if you are thinking about a product for your tutoring business, and I believe they have like a vertical market software for other businesses as well. I don't know much about the others, but as far as the tutoring, I would say this is the go-to. If you want something that's going to be your own, something that you can customize, you can expand the features, and also I believe that it's highly scalable. So as you grow your own company, this will help you also grow, because you can just add, you can add more hardware. You can add more nodes to your cluster, multi-cluster, or for different users. So there's quite a bit of stuff you can do. So I would say overall it's done. It's definitely more than done its job for me. Okay, so thank you very much. Good luck in your search for an ideal software.